So our topic still remains as the impure mind. You see, when we say asato ma satagamaya, moving from the false to the real, what changes takes place outside? What is this asato ma satagamaya? Here it is a 0 degree, and here it is 180 degree. So we from zero, that is the false, we move, we bring about a change in our behavior and attitude, and we come down to 180 degree. That is the meaning of moving from the false to the real. That is moving from the ignorance to wisdom. So when we move from the false to the real, it does not mean that now we have three eyes. No, nothing changes at the physical level, but everything, our perspective towards the life changes. That is what the purity of the mind is. Our perspective to the life, our perception changes. As a perceiver, I feel a great change. As a feeler, my emotions, my thoughts undergoes a tremendous change. That is the meaning of the purity of the mind. So we have to understand. You are talking to your honey, and internally you are burning. That burning is gone. That anxiety is gone. That reaction is gone. That is the meaning of moving from the false to the real. That is the meaning of the purity of the mind. So, what happens when you start this journey 0 to 180 degree? Simultaneously, there is a movement. There is a movement in one straight line. One straight line. That is the movement from the ignorance to wisdom. Internal change takes place. Your attitude, your behavior, your responses to the world outside changes. That is another way to look at what is the impurity and what is the purity of the mind. That is why this master uses this mantra asato ma satagamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorama amritangamaya. It simply means that literal meaning is moving from the mortality to immortality. What? I become immortal. I become free from the bondage and the suffering. So, what is this movement from the false to the real, and from ignorance to the wisdom? I start recognizing that I'm not the body-mind complex. I recognize that I'm the real self. I'm of the nature of pure consciousness, and that pure consciousness never dies. That is the entire journey of Eastern wisdom. So, first, impurity to purity. Second is ignorance to wisdom. And the result is that I have freedom from the bondage. This is what we say. So it is an internal journey. It is a journey in which we reflect, we reflect, contemplate and reflect about our life, our goal, our purpose, all are included there in that. If you don't reflect, then nothing happens. Life is a tragedy for those who never think. They are simply impulsive, instinctive. It is always a tragedy for them. I have an intellect to think. Animals do not have it. Intellect means that I have a free will, and and animals do not. So why I gave the example of an animal, I think you should think about life is a tragedy who do not think before they act, before they respond means they are impulsive, attached. That causes the impurity, and the life is a comedy who think and reflect. You reflect again and again and find out what is right and good. And then you follow what is right and good. Done. So in the journey of life, we accumulate many impurities because of the attachment, because of the false notion, because of the duality, because of the delusion. One master says, just take it. You have a train journey. Think of this train journey, Amtrak. Might have bought it. So Amtrak has 6 stations. Think of that. You have started. Now you are on the second station. Can you go back? You are sitting in the train. You have to get out of the train. Then only you can go back to the first station. Otherwise, you cannot go back. I'm giving an example uh, to explain that principle. Even take an example of the body. Body undergoes, our body moves into the 6 stations. We don't have control over it. The way once you board the train and think of that, it has got 6 stations, you move from the first to the second. Either you get out of the train to return to the first station. So you will understand what it means by this example. Wait. Otherwise, you cannot move to the previous station. And during this journey, if you say, this station is so good, I will not move away from it, you are attached. That is one way to see that you are attached. Why I gave an example of the train, I'm giving you a simile. The first station is the womb of the mother. We all have our first presence in the womb of the mother, and mother said, oh, the baby is inside. There is no one here who cannot say this. That is the first station. We came out of the womb of the mother as a baby. Second station, we cannot go back. Think of it. We cannot go back. And then first station, second station, then we grow. We grow vertically. But because of the attachment and delusion, we can also grow horizontally. That is because of attachment and delusion. Nature has no choice. Nature says, no, I will help you to grow vertically. You know, those people, no one is obese, so that's why I'm selling it. So I make my own choice because of attachment, because of binge eating, and other factors. I also grow horizontally. The third station. Then we go, fourth one is the maturity. Now I cannot grow vertically. A sense of maturity, physical maturity, and mental maturity also develops. 99% have the physical maturity, but they don't have the mental maturity. And that is the problem of our personal, professional, social life. So nature has designed in such a way that from you cross the first station, second, third, now in the fourth, do you have the mental maturity? What do you mean by mental maturity? For me, the life is not a tragedy. I don't follow the instinct and impulsive nature. Whenever there is an attachment, I look at it, I reflect on it, and then I see what is the best option available. So I purify the mind there and then, finished. Fifth is, I'm of that in the fifth stage of this body, the old, so called the old. And what is the sixth station? Sixth station is body is gone. Can you have a control over it? Can you arrest this? Can you check this? I cannot check this. I cannot control it. I cannot go back. So when I cannot go back, then I have to learn to be wiser. So once I know that there are the six stations, and let me check which station I am. And now I have to grow in my mind. I have to grow wiser. That wiser meaning that I'm moving from 0 degree to 180 degree. Even at the old days, we have the same impulses, we have the same blame and the complaint. I'm living at the 0 degree. I don't change. I started with that impulsive nature, and I'm going to die with that same impulsive nature. Same selfishness. Selfishness is necessary in the second stage. It is a necessary evil. I need food. I cry. Very, but as I grow older, I move to the third stage. I have to learn to go beyond this impulsive nature and attachment. How long we are attached to the mother? We have to learn this. This is what is a movement from the false to the real. I'm not saying it's so practical. These principles were evolved maybe 10,000 years ago. But how practical, pragmatic approach people have, those masters have. We remain impulsive, deeply attached as we grow older. We have a lot of problems with it. That is one reason we have a lot of diseases. So in summary, the master gives one phrase, asato ma satgamaya, moving from the false to the real, moving from ignorance to the wisdom. Now, I did not cover one aspect. If you physically reach to the second station and you want to go back, that is known as the death, untimely death. So some people do this. Some people create that unfavorable condition because of their attachment, because of their ignorance, because of other problems. I respect all the six stations of my life, and I check that what needs to be done, which level of the wisdom is required. I follow that wisdom. The life moves smoothly. Life is a comedy then. Life is a joy. Life is a joy. So you don't even worry about the physical death. That is the meaning in the third line. Huh? Mrityorama moving from the mortality to the immortality. You live into that sense of the freedom, that none of these stations is me and mine, because it is the changes in the body. But that that I, which I did not know in the womb of the mother, then I came out from the womb of the mother, then I grew older, I started that I remained the same in all these stations. I did not change. No, no, I changed. I'm now old now because now you claim that you are the body. That is the problem. Nothing changed. That I real I never changed. And that real I is nothing but the pure consciousness. Consciousness does not change. Body undergoes the changes, the mind undergoes changes, emotions, feeling, and I put them into order. I put them into harmony. That is what the self discovery, then I recognize that never changes. I never changes. With reference to the body, we undergo these six changes. One master has got this idea and he discovered it became a principle. There are six modifications of the body, but I does not go under any modification. Now say, did you create yourself into the womb? Physical birth by the physical parents. The semen and the egg fertilization. But who put the consciousness there? Does the parents put the consciousness there? So our master says that there is a material cause for my birth, material cause, mother and father, mother and father, material cause. But there is an efficient cause. Efficient cause comes from somewhere else. And that efficient cause, that, that purely matter, body is just simply a matter. And someone puts the consciousness there. And then I recognize myself that I am here. Can you think that? Just think. To help you understand in a better way, someone died. We are attending the service. We say body has come. We don't say that guy has come. When I knock the door and, oh, you have come. So when that consciousness is embodied, I'm an individual soul. When that consciousness has left, I simply remain the body and the matter. So the efficient cause is somewhere else. Now, with that efficient cause, that we are going to learn it logically, we will understand it. I'm laying a foundation. That efficient cause also puts us the entire DNA, not at the physical level, but what kind of a personality we will have, what emotions, what past impressions, how I'm going to respond and react. Those impressions are put into this body as I grow older and I start exhausting those thoughts, feeling, and emotions until someone knocks the door and say, learn this Eastern wisdom. Then you start recognizing that those past accumulated impressions are resulting into my specific behavior and attitude, and I can change it. and I'm on the path of the journey of the self-discovery. This is how our masters explain the entire journey of the self-discovery. So think of it as material cause, no doubt. Parents are there. We must respect. We must be grateful. At least we are born as a human being. And our responsibility, partial responsibility, goes to our parents. But the efficient cause is some deep inside. Because of that efficient cause, my nature, my personality, my attitude becomes totally different than my parents. Two children born with the same parents, they have totally different attitude. They may have the same physical characteristics. So that is understood by the DNA, but this DNA is totally different. At the mental, emotional level, all those accumulated impressions starts exhausting as we pass from one station to the second station. Where the teacher gives a break, teachers of the Eastern wisdom says, recognize this. You can change this. Here you can have a free will and you can move from the false to the real. You still remain on the same surface outside, but internally you change completely. Your perception of this world, your attitude changes. Your reaction and responses to the world changes. So internally you become rich. So that is the meaning of moving from the false to the real. False to the real does not mean that when you move to the 180-degree, you become whiter, your eyes become wider. No, no. Internal change, change in the mental and the emotional level. Now you can face any circumstances, any situation in your life. You don't get carried away by the stress, anxiety, duality in the country. You don't blame others because that is another movement of the false to the real. You don't blame others for your success or failure. Success, you appreciate it. Failure, you endure it, you recognize it, and you change it. That mindset changes when we move from the false to the real, when we understand where is the movement of the ignorance to wisdom. So you see the ignorance to the wisdom, 0 to 180 degree. False to the real. Again, you reach to the 180 degree. There are two movements. And during this journey, you have 6 stations. Who knows when you get awakened? So the moment you are awakened, you live your life. That is another way to understand moving from the selfishness, consumership to the contributorship. Practically, very practical. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed and moving. Find out the best place for your practice. It's an inner journey. So you land up from the first station to the second. These are the different steps. The one is the physical journey. I don't have control, but I can have total control over the journey of the mind. I can evolve this mind, move from false to the real, move directly to the 180 degree. Do you see that? Recognize that. That is why eyes are closed. Look at the head. Look at the neck joint. Be there. Feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now see this journey of the false to the real. Whether you are 80 years old or whether you are 10 years old, when you are conscious, you can listen to the instructions. What happens then? You can still follow the same instruction by the same teacher. Do you see the movement from the false to the real? It can happen to at any station. Understand this part. Very interesting and eye opener, so to say. Oh, it's eye opener. Yes. Moving the mind on the shoulder joints, be there, feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Anyone can feel that. You don't need to be grown up, mature. You have to simply follow the instruction. Even if we do not follow the instruction, it is because of the impurity of the mind. That is the problem. That is what we are addressing. Oh, that is what you are addressing. Yes. Move the mind on the entire body from the top of the head to the toes and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now you see it is your mind, or you can say it is your awareness, it is your attention. You endure and maintain that state of comfort and steadiness. You break it, it is impulsive, it is the impurity of the mind. So we recognize that impurity by the experiences taking place in the body. That is a close relationship. Look inside the forehead, be aware. Look inside the forehead in the space. So what you are looking into the, no, I'm just looking at the space or blankness. And suddenly some thought appears. So let it appear. Maintain your awareness of the space. The space doesn't go anywhere. Now another emotional thought enters into your mind. You forget the space. That is known as attachment. You did not remain as a witness. You did not remain as an observer. You are not carefree then. Again, I'm logically saying you keep looking deep inside the forehead into the space. Or you may say that now I feel the emptiness or blankness or simply the space. And the space doesn't go anywhere. Now, in that space or over the space, some thought, unwanted, undesirable thought comes and goes. What I'm saying, maintain your awareness of the space is still there. When you lose that awareness of the space, means what? You are attached to a particular thought. That is why you might have heard teachers say, let the thought come, let the thought go, remain there. That is the meaning of being carefree. So it's a subtle understanding. It is not a physical. I told you we cannot have enough control except to maintain the body on these six stations. We can completely take over the mind and can find our real nature. There we have why. Because the nature, the existence is designed the human being as such. The body has evolved completely. Mind is evolving. So we can evolve, give it direction. See that? And now in that state, you keep looking deep inside the forehead in the space. There mentally you start chanting mentally, without moving the lips and the tongue. Shantoham, Shantoham. Shantoham means I'm the peace. And the nature of the peace is like the space. So every time you're saying Shantoham, you are looking into the space, Shantoham, mentally. Mentally, without moving the lips and the tongue. The mind still does not understand, it does not follow. Why? It goes into the other kind of the thoughts and the impurities. So, what we say, maintain the steadiness of the body, keep looking deep inside the forehead in the space, continue with the Shanto hum mentally, and add one more thing. Start breathing gentle in the short breath through both your nostrils into the ribs. Just continue. Let us continue. Continue the breathing and then see what happens because that brings subtle changes in your feeling. That is what we need in the journey. Continue. Do not stop in the middle. Your mind, because of the impurity, will ask you to stop. It will have resistance. Convert the resistance into endurance. How? First say to the mind, I will continue to do it because I need a change, and then you continue doing it. So resistance to endurance. And from endurance, what happens? The time comes, your mind enjoys doing it even for a longer period. And you will get the result of the endurance. That is the movement from the ignorance to the wisdom, straight line. Continue. Continue breathing because we are doing for a little longer period today. Let us see, can we endure it? It would be a wonderful thing. Continue breathing. You're not only you're breathing, but you are continue to drop Shanto Ham deep inside the space in the forehead. Body remains steady. So all these pointers and the factors works to help you go deeply. Now stop this. Pay attention to the flow of the breath. Your breath is now normal, but just keep looking at the flow of the breath. With that flow of the breath, look at the head and the neck and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Understand these steps. We are using these steps to help the mind to move deeper, to move away from the false. Move the mind on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm, be there, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. I'm keeping these steps more or less the same, but in every step we go a little deeper every time. So that your mind recalls and remembers these steps easily. The mind goes to the middle portion of the body from the shoulder down to the waist in the front and the back and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind moves on the right leg from the right side of the waist to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind moves on the left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body from the top of the head to the toes and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Now you see you are transcending the body. Body and follows its own course. We have already understood. So you look at the breath that is going in and out. Continue to watch and feel the breath that is going in and out. You feel the sensation. And with every breath going in, drop Shantoham, looking into the space, breath coming out, dropping Shantoham mentally, non verbally, and looking into the space. You maintain your awareness on the breath. Every time the breath goes in, you drop Shantoham. Breath comes out, you drop Shanto. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Very good. How are you, Charlie?
Uh, I'm good. I lost awareness of my body. I was uh, I was aware, but my body felt like it dropped away.
Yeah, yeah. That too is good, but you were aware.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a deeper state. One day body has to do. How are you, Mead?
Oh, I feel very peaceful. And something about I feel very safe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That safety and that sense of security comes when we drop all our attachments to the body. It is only attachments to the body causes a sense of insecurity.
Oh,
So in meditation, when we experience that, that's a good experience. How are you, John? My friend?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. It's fairly peaceful here. No distractions from across the street, so I'm happy.
Oh, very good. I think across the street is dearer than Sophie.
ah,
Uh, I think for the first time in your life, you're wrong about that.
oh,
I appreciate your statement. No, during meditation and you're across the street, see the fire station, my mind has a love for it. That is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, okay.
Okay. So, and that is because of the attachment. Because mind picks up certain things, and then mind labels it as irritant.
yeah.
Can this mouse be an irritant to me? It is unconscious. It is a matter. So I have to think again and again. It is purely a matter. Nothing can disturb me.
Mm.
But I'm thankful that at least I'm wrong somewhere.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was great. Ah,